Hey guys, my in-game name is Ronan. I've been playing MMOs for about 12 years now, and I've been maining the warrior class in Final Fantasy XIV since first coil. I keep getting asked how to play a warrior class better, so I decided to put together a few videos to help people play more effectively. Hopefully this information will prove helpful to new players and veterans alike. First we'll cover the role of the warrior. The warrior is a tank class, so your primary role is to mitigate as much damage as possible for yourself and your group. You do this by proper gear, keeping enmity, dodging, and using your cooldowns wisely. Your secondary role is to help your group with DPS. As a warrior, a higher damage output will also improve your healing abilities. Stats. I will not cover stats in great detail, because there's already other guides out there that cover primary and secondary stat values. First, we'll start with strength. Strength affects physical melee damage as well as damage prevented by parrying and blocking, which, if you're main tanking, you will be parrying, and this will give you a higher percentage of damage reduced. Dexterity would technically affect your dodge, but most of the big attacks that bosses have, you cannot dodge, so it is useless to put dexterity in. And if dexterity was important, your gear would actually have it on as a stat value. Vitality. Vitality is important when you're main tanking, so that when you get hit for big numbers, it gives your healers time to heal you back up. Vitality is an important stat during progression. It will allow you to learn the fights and clean up your mistakes until you've learned to fight, and you can put more strength when you know your cooldown rotation. Now, I'm a firm believer that there is a point where you have too much vitality, and that vitality actually will negatively affect you, because you'll never get hit for so much damage, and there's no point in being able to take like 3 hits of, let's say, Raven's Beak. That's what your healers are there for. So that's why you put more strength, so you can self-heal for smaller attacks. Int Mind Piety, that's for casters. Accuracy. Accuracy is really important, especially if you plan on raiding. You need to reach the accuracy cap. The accuracy cap can be found on one of the links below. T13, I believe, is 558, and you should not miss with that from the front of the boss. As a warrior, you always want to have the front accuracy cap, because let's say even if you're not main tanking, you may need to pick up hate and generate a lot of hate in a short amount of time, which is called snap aggro. Your paladin can die, or you need to do a tank swap. If you need to do a tank swap, then you're going to have to be at the front hitting the boss, and you do not want to miss, because if you miss, you could lose out on hate on your mob, and then your healer could die easily. You will lose out on your wrath stacks, and if you lose out on your wrath stacks because you missed, then your inner beast is going to be late, and if your inner beast is late, you might just die from a mechanic if you don't have your cooldowns properly rotated. The next one would be determination. Determination is important. It counts almost like a smaller strength. For every few points, it gives you more damage. More damage gives you more self-healing. After that, you want crit. But currently, my crit is much higher than my determination, just because of the gear selection that I have, that I found was best in slot for me throughout the third coil. Mind you, I've been trying to get the Dreadworm striking accessories, but with our static, we have 2 other strength DPS classes, and we've never seen the items drop. Parry is not worth it at all. I actually have 0 parry gear on my character right now, which makes my 341 just your basic warrior parrying at level 50. Magic defense will just count. It's a great stat that will count through your gear, and your defense will always be the same, because as a warrior you always get the same values for defense and magic defense on both sides of your gear. So to conclude, what I was trying to convey in this short intro video is that playing a strength-based warrior is much more effective for solo play in raids. You need to be aware that it is less forgiving with your cooldown management. In my next video, I'll cover skills and rotation that a warrior should be using. Thank you again for watching my video. Please leave a comment so that I can further improve my future videos.